Hi grade sixes, welcome back to another week of Hinduism. This week we're going to learn a little bit more about Hinduism. Most of the Hindus in the world live here in India, but you'll find Hindus on every continent of the world as well. But this is where you find your highest concentration of Hindus. Last week, when you looked at your worksheet, you would have noticed the symbol of Hinduism, which is this symbol here. Its written form is an ancient sound in Hinduism, which is Om. Om. It represents the sound of God, means everything, past, present, and future. At the start of every day, and before and after present rituals, Hindus say or sing the sacred sound aloud. So, and here is a picture of the Holy Book. The oldest Hindu sacred writings are a set of 4 books called the Vedas. The Vedas mean vision or wisdom, and Hindus believe that the prayers and hymns contained in the Vedas are revelation from the gods. As you learnt last week, Hinduism is one of the oldest religions in the world, and it was founded 5,000 years ago, and it began in India, and it evolved out of many different practices of the ancient Indian people. So Hinduism isn't a single religion like you learnt last week, but a group of religious traditions, and Hindus show or express their faith in different ways. Most Hindus believe that God is everywhere. Everything in nature is part of God, as are the hundreds of gods and goddesses in Hinduism that Hindus may choose to worship. One way in which God is revealed is as a trio of gods, or 3 gods: Brahma, who creates life; Shiva and Vishnu, who keep things alive. Today Brahma is not worshipped in the same way as other gods because his work, the world's creation, is done. So here's a picture of Krishna here, and here's a sculpture of Brahma, and there is Shiva, also known as the destroyer, dancing in the circle of fire. But there are many, many gods, in this book they explain some of them, so let's just look at them here. The gods and goddesses, popular gods and goddesses. Many Hindus worship a god because they are special to their own family. So there's a tradition, or they may control a specific aspect of their lives. So there's Agni, the god of fire and the guardian of homes, or Devi, the mother goddess, or Ganesh, the god of success; Krishna, the god of love and divine joy; Parvati, the goddess of love; Shiva, the god of destruction and creation, as we've said before; and Vishnu, the god of protection and preservation. Now, you would have also seen when you watched the video last week that the rivers in India are sacred places and holy, and rivers are sacred places to many Hindus, and the act of bathing or bathing in a river cleans the body as well as the spirit, helping to wash away sins. In India, the most famous holy river is the Ganges, and here you can see thousands of Hindus coming to the river, making a pilgrimage to get to the Ganges. Here you can see people going into the Ganges. They gather along the banks of the Ganges to cleanse themselves. Okay, so an important question then is, how do Hindus worship? So you've heard in your other lessons how Jewish people worship. You've heard how Muslims worship, and now we want to see how Hindus worship. Hindu worship is called puja. Hindus believe that God is in everything, so they honor and worship God in every aspect of life. They also worship at shrines, at home, and in buildings called temples. At the heart of every shrine or temple is an image of a god or a goddess. Hindus believe that the gods live within the shrines, and viewing their image is the same as being with them. Hindus pray and sing and make offerings to their favorite god. And here you can see a little home shrine to the goddess Vishnu, who's honored in this particular family.